Welcome to Behind the Sports Medicine Podcast, the podcast that pulls back the curtain on the evolving world of sports science. I'm Andrew Rizza, an athlete trainer with decades of experience in professional, collegiate, and high school sports.
And I'm Cameron Roth, an orthopedic surgeon and a consultant for the Chicago White Sox.
In each episode, we'll explore the real-world challenges and opportunities facing today's human performance professionals.
Our hands-on experience is transforming sports medicine and breaking barriers through innovation and teamwork.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2026 NATA Convention Day 2. We are honored to have Dr. Erin Hassler, who's an athlete trainer, entrepreneur, educator, executive coach, and nationally recognized speaker for more than 2 decades of experience, spanning sports medicine, leadership, business, and entertainment. Dr. Hassler, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Dr. Cam.
So you have practiced sports medicine at pretty much every level, and you're still quite young. It's very impressive. So how have all these stops shaped your career as a clinician?
I'm not sure it's even about being a clinician as it is a person. I started off at the high school level and, coming out only a couple of years older than the students that I was providing services for. It gave me a sense of responsibility. It gave me an opportunity to mentor early, but sort of from a big sister perspective. I created some really lifelong relationships. I still have athletes that are communicating with me. Now their kids are playing sports. So it's been really remarkable to see that growth. Moving on to the collegiate level, a lot of people look at it like it's stages. One is better than the other. None is better than the other. They just all provide a different approach. And at that level, I was able to be a mom. At the time I started athletic training, women would have to decide if they wanted to have a family or if they wanted to have a career. And I was able to figure out a way to do both of them. So I went into the classroom as a clinical coordinator. I was able to have my son on campus. So I had my baby, and I wanted to take my lunch break. I went to go see my baby, and I didn't have to feel so separated. That made me just really excited about finding ways to keep my family in the industry. And so moving on from there, started my own practice as a PRN business. Now I have freedom. I have freedom. And at the time, my part-time job made more than my full-time job. I really enjoyed that until, market changes. And that's the story of an entrepreneur. You got to be ready for the market changes. So every level brought something different. Working with professional athletes is phenomenal. It gives you opportunities to get into spaces that the everyday person doesn't get to experience. So I'm very fortunate. I'm blessed to have had this 26-year run. So I'm looking to see how long I'll be able to make it run going forward.
So you mentioned clinical education.
Yes.
That's the cornerstone of our profession.
Yes.
What did you like the most about it, and how did you help change the clinical education that you were helping students with?
So I'm based out of Texas. And so in Texas, I was an apprenticeship student, meaning I came through this athletic training process from a very hands-on approach. At the time, we were KHEP, and now we're CADI. Yep. They were talking about the shift from going from KHEP to CADI when I was a clinical coordinator. And I was able to put together a curriculum that reflected my experiences. The plus about being in Texas is there's a plus and a minus. There's always a plus and a minus. You can go into athletic training without the BOC. You get a very hands-on clinical approach, but you don't get a global approach. And so I was able to bring sort of a global perspective to a local campus. And so I have some students here with me now that came from that same campus, and I'm bringing them here to NATA so they can see outside of what they've seen locally.
Which is fantastic.
You build recovery plans, rehab protocols, return to sport timelines, because you know outcomes don't happen by accident. Your financial life deserves the same intention. Bode is a fee-only fiduciary firm that starts with a plan. Your goals planning statement, a personalized roadmap that keeps your money aligned with where you're actually headed. Built around your life, backed by conviction. See what real planning looks like at beckbode.com.
As a athlete trainer, as an educator, and as an entrepreneur, you're showing them all facets of what could
Absolutely.
be and what you could actually move on to. It's great.
Absolutely.
We've talked a lot about athletic trainers in the quote traditional setting or setting of origin, I think is what NATA calls it now. And then athletic trainers who are not only being athletic trainers, but entrepreneurs and exploring different interests. And you can really see it at the convention, not only in the exhibition hall, but with the talks and everything. It's the profession is not just one, tape, water, ice is what we talked about yesterday, but it's really blown up and expanded to be everything you've embodied it to be.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It has absolutely morphed.
Yeah,
It does not in any way look like it did 26 years ago. I remember coming to my first convention with a thrift store suit, with a borrowed badge. I did not have my own badge.
Yeah.
We traded out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Like, I got to get in that expo. I
Yeah.
got to get in there and get a job. But the expo has always been my favorite space, no matter what. I can go to the meetings. I can go to the talks.
Yeah.
The expo is my spot.
You get to meet a lot of people.
Oh my gosh, I come in here and I'm here now this year because of a conversation I had last time I was in Philly walking through the expo.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that
And
conversation?
so I do typically a mentorship mixer networking event for women of color. And it started in athletic trainers, expanded to women of color in sports globally. And we just get together. We talk about opportunities, job opportunities. We've done free headshots and professional development, and we offer CEUs when they come. But the last time I came to Philly for NATA convention, I literally was probably at rock bottom.
Yeah.
Right? We're coming off of COVID, and you and I talked about taking care of family and making those decisions. Entrepreneurship has allowed me and afforded me the opportunity to make those shifts. But I came here and I was like, you know what? I'm barely coming to NATA. I don't even know. I did not show up as an entrepreneur. I just showed up.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of questions about why I did not have an activity that year, why I did not show up that way that year. You have to follow the rest cycles.
Yeah.
You can't always farm the land. You have to take a break, let the soil breathe, regroup.
Recovery.
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 Which is also a very hot topic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that was a recovery year for me. But what it did was it gave me the break to allow myself to even think through how I want to show up as an entrepreneur moving forward. And so those conversations that I had, kind of explaining, sorry guys, I'm not here for that this year. I'm really just barely here. Left room open for things like mental health conferences that I've been a part of. And I was even on a mental health panel that year, but it created a relationship with Gatorade. So now Gatorade is one of my bigger partners, right? With Cognito Systems, they're one of my bigger partners. They're here doing military staffing for in the athletic training space. So I have relationships now just from showing up in NATA.
What gave you the confidence and the incentive to take that leap as an entrepreneur? Because as a medical professional, we're not known to be business creators or business owners. We're supposed to stay in our lane, stay in our sphere. And it sounds like during some troublesome personal periods too, you still took that leap of faith to become now what has become very successful. But what gave you that initial incentive and confidence?
Well, you said leap of faith. My relationship with God is at the core of everything that I do. Doesn't mean I always get it right. I don't always get it right.
None
I
of
don't
us
need to
do.
get it right, but I do my best to try to tune in to whatever it is that I'm being led to do by God at that moment. That moment that was, I don't need to do an event. This year I'm not doing one either. This is, I guess, that rest cycle where I tap in and I listen. But I was raised by parents that told me I could do anything I wanted to. There was nothing that I could not do. And so I just bring that thought process into everything. If you tell me no, you're basically daring me to do it. Oh, did you say no? Oh, challenge. Let's do it.
Sounds like I'm going to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And then I get quiet.
Yeah.
I get extremely quiet. I don't talk. I don't post. It's probably the opposite of what I should do for a business. But I don't. And I go to work.
Yeah.
And I just show up and I let what God is giving me to do be expressed. And so it's really remarkable to even be here this year and be honored as an entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
award recipient, because I don't always feel like I get it right, but I do try to do what I'm being asked to do.
Yeah.
See a problem, solve it, serve people in the work that I'm doing, share with other individuals, teach students. I bring students with me every year, even if it's out of my own pocket. If you can get the flight, then I can get the hotel, whatever we have to do to get them here so that they can learn, glean from what I'm doing, and see how they can make NATA a different experience for someone else, but just the industry at large. How can they show up in the world differently? So I don't know. That's my entrepreneurship journey.
So you mentioned groups that you guys have put together, or focus groups. Women of color, minorities.
Yes.
Barriers. Like, what type of barriers have you faced, and how have you broken through those? And also, how have you taught others how to do the same to be able to improve your ability to be successful in the profession?
So the mentorship group, my initiative is called the Sistahood. It started here at NATA. There were a number of women of color in the environment, walking through the expo, and in their work environments, they were siloed, right? Just a one-off in their spaces. And they come here and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one. Hey, we need to go have lunch, right?
Yeah.
Let's go have breakfast. Let's go do something. And so there was a gathering, kind of came together. I got involved in around 2015, 16, and I saw just a way to be more efficient, because it was just a very informal, hey, let's meet at this restaurant, and we're splitting checks and we're saving seats, and you got to split the bill at the end, and maybe somebody forgot to leave a tip, whatever. And so I was like, let's just do it banquet style. So we did that. It creates a safe space.
Yeah.
My experience has not necessarily been one of being withheld opportunities. I've been the one that's been given the opportunity, right? So I think it's my duty to create an opportunity for someone else, or to show them how to navigate creating opportunities for themselves, versus me being restricted. Like, I don't walk around.
Why do you think you've been given opportunities? We talk about barriers, and people always talk about how they were restricted from opportunities, but it sounds like what you're doing is really passing on your knowledge and experience to others who may have not been as lucky as you. So why do you think you maybe were so lucky?
I just think I can only go back to my faith, right? Not even in athletic training. In every single space that I walk, I tend to be the first. You're the oldest child, I'm the oldest child. I tend to be the first. My experiences come so that I can show someone else, even if it's hard, even if it's the opposite of what I think should happen personally, just because I just don't want it to happen. I'm put in these positions so that I can show up. It's you can put it in athletic training, you can put it in another scenario. It doesn't matter. I just think that's how my life.
So no offense to
flows.
God, but don't you think that's a reflection on you? Like,
It's a reflection on me if I accept the challenge.
Okay.
Right? Like, this is where he's positioned me. Now I can fight it. But I'm 50 years old, and I'm choosing not to fight
there's
it.
other people who may not take advantage of those opportunities.
Absolutely.
Because there's lots of, I'm an
Absolutely.
oldest child, or there's lots of oldest children, or people who are put in advantageous scenarios who don't grasp it necessarily like you do.
But
Life is a choice.
But I also think people think of excuses as to why they can't, versus
There's
grasping
always
the
a reason
opportunity
why
of,
you can't.
I can. It's I can't.
Yeah.
Right? So, sorry to interrupt, but I think what role is, we talked a little bit before we got on camera about being caregivers to our family and having family. What role is family
Oh, family's
giving
everything.
you to be successful?
Family's everything.
Yeah.
I told you about bringing my kid on campus, right? I was able to take my only born child to work with me.
Yeah.
Later on, it gave me peace at work.
Yep.
Whatever you have going on, doesn't matter. My favorite person is on the other side of campus, and I'll be back. Later on in 6th grade, at the end of 6th grade, I was able to homeschool him.
Yeah.
And take him back to work with me.
You and I talked about this.
I took him back to work with me, set up the office as a co-office for both of us. He had a desk, I had a desk. He had a beanbag, I had a couch. We could take a nap. We ate lunch at work. Being able to be an entrepreneur has put me in a position so that I don't have to lose family.
Yeah.
My parents support everything that I do, even when it doesn't make sense. Absolutely. I'm like, hey, guess what? I'm going to Houston.
Yeah.
Do you have a job? No, absolutely not. Well, what are you going to do? I'm going to pack this car, take everything I own that I can get in here for this last, whatever I can zip, push in, it's going to Houston. Guess who got a job 2 hours after they landed in Houston? I did. That was 26 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've worked ever since. So having family is everything, knowing that no matter what I do, I have people behind me.
Yep.
It's everything.
you're
That makes the hard days okay.
Yeah. You're a true inspiration for people that say they can't.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
So it should be I can, but also for someone that says they're too busy, I'm going to have them call you.
Have them call me. Tell them to go get my book.
Oh, we're going to talk about your book. So you wrote a book.
I did write
You
a
did-
book.
You wrote
write
a
a
book.
book.
From goals to goats.
Absolutely. Gold medal doc. That's
right.
me.
That's you.
From goals to goat. And so, again, I told you, like, my parents told me there was nothing I couldn't do. I will say, to your point on
they set you up for
entrepreneurship,
success.
they did. But I'm from
100%.
St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
St. Louis is a very go after it, get after it, show me what you have,
Yeah.
show me state, right? Like go after it kind of environment. I grew up with nothing but entrepreneurs around me. My grandmother and her brother were some of the first Black real estate agents in town, right? My grandmother she was a beautician. She did it out of the house. Like everywhere I went, everything was a mom and pop. We operated in our communities. And while we speak about diversity and sort of the blending of communities, there's something to be said about being able to authentically support the community that you're coming from.
Yeah.
Right? Philly has communities, and New York City has communities, and Chicago. It's that thought process, right? You go on the hill, that's the Italian community. You know where to go get the best pizza, right?
Yeah.
You go over here and this is the Polish community and this is the Jewish community, and right? So coming from that perspective, I meant to tell you that about the entrepreneurship, but back to goals to go, I still have my very first list of affirmations that my parents and I did. And it's on this faded piece of cardboard before they had like the foam poster board in my own handwriting. I am this, I am that, I will do these things. And I remember having a picture of myself at the top corner. It's still on there. In a homemade Halloween costume. It was like a pillowcase cut out. And I'm sitting there, crisscross applesauce, and it sat in the kitchen until it probably was on the kitchen wall until maybe high school.
Really?
Because we remodeled the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it came down. And about 6 months ago, I saw it in my parents' basement, and I didn't take it because I don't want anything to happen to it while I'm on the road, but I took pictures of it so that, like, I literally have proof of this is how I've navigated life.
Yeah.
And so the book is about telling people there are no excuses. Get in the game, right? What's your prep? Learn a craft. You know what you want to do? Learn about it.
Yeah.
When I hit this expo floor, I talk to everyone I can talk to,
Yeah.
right? If I'm going into real estate, I just wanted to learn. So
Yeah.
I became a real estate agent, not
Yeah.
to sell houses, just because I want to know,
Yeah.
right? People are like, why'd you do that? I'm like, just because I didn't want anyone to tell me, I wanted to know for myself. So go and be a student of it. Do the work. Do the training.
Yeah.
Practice. Show up, right? Oh, you had a setback? Okay, let's look at the goal again. Reassess the goal. Does it look a little different? It may not absolutely show up the way that you expect it to show up. 9 times out of 10, your goal will show up bigger than what you thought it would be. Stick to the plan,
Yeah.
right?
Show up, listen. What Dr. Andrews tells us.
Yeah.
Just show up,
Just show
listen,
Show up and listen.
and respect the people who know more. And
ask
always
the-
listen to the parents.
The mother.
Always listen to the mother
Listen
or
to
the
the mother.
auntie. And yeah,
Yes. Or find yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
that's true. So you embody like a very American sort of spirit of entrepreneurship and stick-to-itiveness and go-get-themness. But you've also had some international experience. So you spent time in Peru and Qatar and the UK and Canada. And so what were those international experiences like, and how has that added to your overall success?
2 words, I can sum it up. It's like summer camp. It's like all things summer camp. It's like super cool. You get to meet clinicians from all over the place, but athletes from all over the place, right? Just even people that just live in the community. They're happy to have you there. They want to show you everything about their environment. Canada is very clean. Canada is very clean, like no trash on the street, a lot of green trees. It's like summer camp. We meet with the other clinicians, right? You're all in a room. USA Track and Field, USOPC is a very interprofessional environment. And so you'll have a chiro, you'll have a PT, you'll have an AT, you'll have a massage therapist, you'll have an MD, combination of, maybe 2 or 3 of each. You'll have a sports psych. And when you're in that space, we're learning from each other, right? We all are clinicians. We all have our own licensure and certification back home, but we're learning. So I learned some techniques that I can take back to my practice. Even business, we talk about business being there. Some of us are independent, employees. We work for ourselves, learning how to navigate that. Where do we get health insurance? It's summer camp. It's all things summer camp. And I come back feeling so refreshed, excited about sharing it with students, integrating any of the new things that I have into my own practice. So I thought it was phenomenal. England had Five Guys.
I wasn't good.
But the bacon was not as good as the American bacon.
It was not. I mean,
Well, you don't go to England for the Five Guys.
I don't.
To be honest.
And
You go for scones and clotted cream and jam.
Yeah, no, they had. You know what they did do for me every morning? Because I'm gluten free and I have all these like food sensitivities. Every morning, the hotel staff knew, and they came and gave me a different breakfast every day. I didn't ask for it. They did it in Peru too.
That's luxurious.
It is.
That's very luxurious.
It is. I'm here for it.
So
I'm here for it.
we spoke to a guest yesterday that had done some work internationally in Asia. And they said one of the things they took away from the practice of the clinicians that they were around, the question to the patient was always the same. The first question is, how is your breathing technique? Or how are you breathing? And he finally said, well, why are you asking that? And they said, well, your breathing actually helps to regulate your stress level.
Yep.
So is there anything like that you took away from your international experiences that stuck with you, that resonated in your practice, that helped you care for your athletes a little bit better?
Wouldn't necessarily say breathing, but I would say that outside of our American way of life, everywhere else has been really relaxed.
Yeah.
Everywhere else is really relaxed. Like, just kind of.
Well, you have to be in comparison to the American lifestyle.
They just go with the flow. I mean, even the traffic. I'm like, so you're just gonna cut off a bus? Like, we're on the bus and you're just gonna cut the bus off? And they're just like, yeah, fine, no problem. I mean, and they're carefree about it. So I think I like that one. How is your breathing? I might add it.
Yeah.
I might add that to my list of intake questions. But yeah, it's just more relaxed. I just adopted that lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's taken a couple of years to get to that point, but no one's going to stress me out.
How do you stay relaxed when you're on the road?
I have a hoodie robe.
Oh,
I love it.
that was good. That was the second thing I thought you were going to say.
It's just like a really nice hug, right? No matter what happened. Okay, I got rained on. Okay, the bus was late, or we lost the game, or coach was yelling, or whatever normal things happen in athletic training, right? I get back to that room. I take a hot shower, put my pajamas on, hoodie robe.
Hoodie robe.
Can't tell me anything.
He puts in earplugs and a headset.
I'm an
shield.
earplugs and eye mask guy.
Okay.
In public and in private.
I don't know. I feel like when I put both of those on, I can't breathe. I don't know.
Well, they don't go in your mouth.
I know, but I'm like, I don't know if it's, am I blocking off the, the
Well, when you block
ENT?
up your sensation, then suddenly all of it's coming from your mouth. And then
I'm like, I'm an oddity. I could fall asleep right here with everybody doing their thing, and I'm completely relaxed. He knows that I'm a different person.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
I did learn internationally how to pack.
Tell us more.
Let's hear it.
Not from them, just because we were gone for so many days, 17 days. We're gone for 17 days.
Yeah.
It's a really long time.
Are you a cube,
I'm like,
cube section packer, vacuum sealer, or what?
I'm an ice pack wrap. So the plastic wrap,
We have that in our bag.
I roll
that's
them up.
amazing.
Shrink wrap it. I take my own hand soap, the pump soap from, bathroom soap,
Yeah.
because I don't like the bar thing.
Yeah.
The bar thing gets on my nerves. And so I take that, shrink wrap it down. When we're in the hotels that have the kitchen with it, and they give you dishwashing liquid,
Yeah.
shrink wrap that, put it in there.
Wow.
I mean, now I can wash my cupping set,
Yeah.
right? I can go wash it in the sink when I get
That's
where
fantastic.
I'm going. I have sunflower butter, and they used to come in these tubes, but you can also use like the tape tubes.
Yeah.
Some of the
Yeah,
tape
yeah.
companies will have like 3 rolls in a tube.
3 ounces, boom.
Take those, put my laundry pods in. All right. Just roll everything
calling
up, and
you
I
when I
shrink
fly
wrap it on that.
international.
I got everything's on wheels. I got a Swiss Army backpack over there with all the
All the
things,
Yeah.
everything you can think of.
We've learned so much about travel this week from so many. Yeah, this is great advice.
Yeah, I mean, I took a winter coat with me. I mean,
To
literally, I take
Oh.
sheets, right? So I take a fitted and a flat, because some of the flights are 10 hours. You're flying at night.
Yeah.
So you're in uncomfortable clothes.
Yeah. Now with your
No,
sheets.
we are not. No, we're not. Put a sheet over the seat. I have on my, biking shorts, travel shorts underneath my sweats because we have to wear team uniform.
Yeah.
Take the sweats off. I got on my, biking shorts.
Yeah.
Take my shoes off, but everything's clean because I'm on my sheet. And then I get in there and got my pillow was already
Cozy.
wrapped up. I have my recovery boots. They were already charged.
You can go see Firefly and get recovery Firefly.
Yep, I can go get that. And so I put my little boots on, and the boots are running, so then I'm not, retaining water when I get off the plane. Like, it's just awesome.
Wow, good for you. I go compression.
I get in there and I go to sleep. I bring all the snacks, like 10 packs of oatmeal, turkey bacon.
Yeah.
It's the whole package of turkey bacon because I'm gone for 10 days or more. Individually, put them in bags. And now I'm eating on the plane. And everybody else is like in the airport looking for snacks. Like, they can't find anything they can eat.
Airport food
It's
early.
the worst. I'm going to the airport in a couple hours, and I'm dreading
Yeah.
searching
flight.
How
through
long was your flight?
4 hours, 4.5.
Our last interview ends at 2.
Oh,
He's
no.
like, I'm just leaving. I'm leaving with all the gear. I'm like, okay.
You got to eat first.
Yeah.
Because, by the time you really want to eat, then you'll be sleepy. And then you'll be mad because you don't want them to wake you up.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need to eat before you get on the flight.
So
100%.
turning back to education
Yes.
as an educator.
Oh, yeah.
What would be the one thing you would change about the athletic training education if you were educating right now?
Honestly, I think the master's upgrade hurt us.
Okay.
I think it
Why do you think that?
it significantly impacted the workforce because now you're required to go back into school, obtain all these loans. So now your debt goes up, but your pay doesn't go up, right? We go in more educated, more empowered. Now we've taught the students to go in and feel empowered, right? You shouldn't have to feel like the coaches are over you. You can advocate for yourself. Here are some HR tips and tricks, and I respect all of it. But I truly believe that we didn't change the right entity, right? You got to change the whole sport model.
Yeah.
You can't change who's supporting the sport model because now they'll just shoo us away and choose a different model. Who's going to give us what we want? Because these ATs are giving us too much trouble.
Yeah.
What do you
Right.
mean by changing the sports model?
Well, let's take collegiate athletics for example. It's run coach heavy, right? From the top down, you have your head coach, then you have your athletic director, head coach, right? And then the assistant
Medical
coaches.
team, yep.
If you look at the hierarchy, whether it's a true one or not, there's you know how you have the secret menu? There's like there's this invisible hierarchy that's there that says we're underneath all of them. And it doesn't matter how many classes I take. It doesn't matter how many certifications I take. I have 4 degrees and I can't tell you how many certifications I have. And it doesn't matter at the end of the day. The statement that'll happen, in my direction is, yeah, just the trainer, or you still have to do what I say.
Yeah.
That is the model I'm talking about. And I'm not anti-coach, but to have someone as your direct supervisor that is not in line with the education
Right.
that you've obtained, they will never be able to position you well. but globally, right? They're one-offs. There are awesome,
Yeah.
situations and scenarios for our clinicians. But oftentimes the bigger problem is we have to fight this uphill to convince someone of something or to remind them that they are violating something, or my job is to do this for the athlete. When the system says they really don't have to listen to you.
Yeah.
They just need you to be the tool to get accomplished whatever they need to accomplish. We're not revenue generators, right? So
That's right.
the concept of moving up market to the master's minimum should have brought with it the entrepreneurial perspective that says, hey, we're going up market. How can we be an impact in the marketplace? We're not an impact in the landscape of sports. It comes down to who's a revenue generator and who's not. If you're not making money, I'm not listening to you. How do we know? The NIL of all the kids, right? Now you have student athletes that make more money than the coach,
Yeah.
right? So we listen to them. We're not maximizing our NIL opportunities as athletic trainers. And I think with the master's minimum approach, we outpriced ourselves.
Yeah, and I have to agree. I mean, I think there's a lot to be said. You just said a lot, right? And we said NIL. We talked about entrepreneurship at the level of a master's level or an adjunct to your master's level. But it's not being able to direct bill or get reimbursed or generate revenue, right? Those are all things we've talked about for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like NIL being the new piece. How is that changing us? Where now, hey, does that athlete have a care team that's outside of the athletic department, right? And how does that help if you're working in a college, right?
Because they have me.
Yeah.
They literally have me.
Yeah.
I had college athletes come to my clinic.
Yeah. So how do you improve your worth? How do you improve your practice? We don't teach that, right? We need to teach that. And I think that's a great point.
We're very territorial, right? These are my athletes. They belong to me. I am their athletic trainer. I am the athletic trainer. No sports medical information comes through anyone other than me. I've been in this 26 years, right?
Yeah.
So I get it and I appreciate that thought process. But as a business owner, that's where I cut it off.
Yeah.
Because now we're doing things to undermine our opportunities to grow the entire profession because we're saying they can only come through us. Medical doctor, right? Does he go on a rant and say, you can't go see anyone if I'm an MD. You can't go to DOs.
Right.
We don't do that. You don't do that. You're like,
No.
oh, it's my colleague. I mean, there's
It's
room
about
for
the care
everyone.
team.
There's
Also,
room
you
for
should
everyone.
encourage second or third opinions
Absolutely.
as well.
But there's room for everyone,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Do you remember a few years ago when we were anti-PT and
Yeah.
we've been anti-chiro for a really,
Yeah.
really long time? I came out of a chiro school. I
Yeah.
got into athletic training through a chiro program.
Yeah.
How can I come in and say I'm anti-anything?
Yeah. Yep.
I came in from a multidisciplinary approach, and I think that that's probably the direction that athletic training will have to go in order for us to continue to live and thrive.
I think it's a lot of old school thinking. And what I struggle with is that we have to build a care team that's better for the athlete who we're caring for. It doesn't matter who it is. If I can't provide the manual therapy to you, I'm going to send you to someone that can. If I feel like you need to go see an osteopath or if you need to go see a non-operative physician, I'm going to send you there. I'm not going to hold you back. We talked to Brad Pearson, the director of sports medicine for the Red Sox, and we asked a direct question. If someone comes to see you and you say, oh, you have a UCL sprain in your elbow, this is what we need to do. And they say, well, I'm going to go down and see Dr. Alatrash or Dr. Andrews. Your goal is to not dismiss that and say, well, no, you can only see me. They welcome it because it makes the care team better. So why wouldn't you want to do that? So I think that's a great message for young athletic trainers or athletic trainers that have been around for a while. Like, use what's available to you so you get the best outcome for your athlete.
I mean, you're setting yourself up for an improper balance in work life, right? We yell that all day. Work-life balance, work-life balance. Okay, but if you want to be everything to everyone, then that's on you. That's where your work-life balance is thrown off.
Yep.
Like, that's your choice. Now you can say, hey, I'm here until these hours and these hours. I think that's probably the shift in the mentality of the athletic training room is that we have set hours or we have a set parameter now, but it's good. We need structure.
Yep. Yeah, we talked about that earlier today.
Athletes strive on, they thrive on structure,
Yep.
right? So,
Let's talk entrepreneurship.
yes,
What is the sports toolbox?
Sports Toolbox. So, thank you. It's my newest baby. So, it's an interprofessional platform that does exactly what we just got through talking about. It helps to educate the rest of the care team, right? They're going to be there anyway. We'll find places where there'll be opportunities for medical coverage, services to be provided, even in clinical spaces, internal, inside of an actual office space. But the platform provides a baseline support for sports medicine, basically giving you the mentality of what an athletic trainer would have. So give me another provider type, just that may want to work in sports medicine or that works massage therapist, right? So they're not clinically trained in athletic training. They're not clinically trained in the thought process of even the people that they work with, right? They're taught where the muscle goes, how it attaches, what it feels like when it's this, how to move fluid, how to move energy. But what if the energy, here's where the problem is, up here, right? So this is where the block is. You're not going to get the release down here. So how do I teach you how to work with the athlete so that you can get better results from working with them? And so it's a 13-course program. So it comes with a sports medicine specialist certification, which is a new rollout. So 12 online courses, and it's asynchronous. And then the 13th is a capstone. And so we have an in-person quarterly sort of a retreat where people come in and we actually do skill checks. And so that's where we would sign off on the final certification. You come in, it's a weekend-long intensive. We sit together, we practice clinical skills, not unlike, when you're meeting and you're doing your competency check off, right? So here's the competency check off, and then they're good to go on that sports medicine
So we talked
certification.
earlier about a gap in maybe the education or between athletic trainers and other people. Is this the gap that you're addressing?
This is the gap.
Yeah.
This is the gap. It's a gap. But again, you can only operate according to your license, right? So we're not asking anyone to come in and take over our license. And they're not asking anyone to come in and do something outside of their scope. Within your scope, it's helpful for you to understand this, right? It's helpful for you to be able to do that. And some of it, like the first course, we're talking about just the legal perspective, how to protect yourself in situations where liability might be an issue, how to respect someone else on the medical care team. And so,
Makes sense.
What's one opportunity that athletic trainers are overlooking?
As an entrepreneur, or just
Career advancement, maybe. Like, what's one opportunity they have available to them that they're not seeing because it's right in front of them?
branding,
I like that.
Individual
branding.
I like that.
Yeah,
Like the
individual branding.
NIL.
Absolutely, that's what I said.
Like the
That's what I
NIL,
said.
baby.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm
And
a
I do-
sports medicine podcast.
Yep. It is. And I already had a course that I have out on BOC for NIL. So the NIL of the athletic trainer.
We could talk about the NIL all
All
weekend.
day.
Like,
Yep.
it is, we all have our feelings about it.
It is.
It's not
Here's
going
the thing.
anywhere, unfortunately.
When you show up
Yeah.
and you provide your signature on someone's delegated authority, right? That's your NIL. Your name, image, and likeness is now on that document. It's going to track back to you. So how do you show up, and how do you ensure that they show up in a way that aligns with your name and image and likeness?
So let me ask you this. Do you think the care team, even though they're getting paid by the university, if they're helping to keep that athlete on the field, should they get a share of the NIL?
Absolutely.
How do you do that?
However, here's the problem. You have to be above reproach. So if you're paying for medical care in that way, it may look like there may be some inappropriate decisions that could possibly...
You're swayed by the money.
However, when championships come down,
Yeah.
there's not always a conversation about the athletic trainer getting a bonus.
Compensated. Yeah.
Right? The coaches get rings, they get bonuses. Sometimes the kids get Xboxes and all
Yeah.
number of
Yeah.
random things. The athletic trainer just still gets what? What do we get?
College, yeah, I don't know.
What do we get?
I know in pro
get-
sports they do,
We
right?
get gear, right?
Yeah.
In pro sports possibly,
But
but at
college,
the other,
no.
no.
Yeah.
But there's NIL there.
Yeah.
right? There's NIL in high schools.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Great.
it's
Yeah.
like
That's another can of
It
worms we're
is.
going to open up right
It
now,
is.
buddy.
It is.
especially when we work so hard to work to get to the pinnacle of our profession, and then you hear about things going on in the background that are somewhat unsavory.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I've done the work that I've done to position myself
Yeah.
differently, because I know that the industry at large, right, athletic training at large, can't financially support how I see my worth,
Yeah.
right, my value. They can't support that for me. I can go into every scenario and say, I should get this salary. And they're like, yeah, really? How about we give you like 40% of that? Like, I'm like, look, this is year 26. Why do you think I've gotten all these degrees? Like, I didn't do it because I thought I needed to be the smartest one in the room.
Yeah.
I did it so I could reposition myself. And it still doesn't necessarily align in that way, but I can choose how I want to be positioned, and
Yeah.
I can choose how I'll show up, and then it'll come.
Yeah. All right. Here it comes. Lightning round.
Famous lightning round.
Uh-oh.
So these are
Hold on.
quick
Hold
questions,
on.
These are good. These are easy.
quick
Okay.
answers. You
Get
can
ready.
you can pause as long as you want.
All
Also,
right. One mentor who's had the greatest impact on your career.
It's not an athletic trainer.
It's okay.
So my first clinical boss, Darnetta Klingscale, and she gave me a job in a hospital. I was 16 years old. I was a blood gas tech. Before that, I was like, I'll be an interior designer.
Wow.
So
It's good.
best business book you've ever read.
the Bible.
That's always the answer.
Is that everyone's answer, or is that my answer to everything?
No. That's just
That's just Cam's.
that's always the answer. The Bible.
But it does. It talks about money.
Yeah. All right. I'll take it.
True. Yeah.
Best piece of advice you've received.
Be myself.
All right.
Describe leadership in one word.
Love. I'd say love.
It's a good one.
Yeah. That's a good one?
That is a good one.
Oh, okay.
Something that you're still learning.
How not to say everything I think. Like, you don't have to tell
We
everyone
have the
that.
same
You don't
disease.
have to tell everyone
Yeah.
that.
You got to pause for a second.
I'm like,
Say it to yourself. Yeah.
Finish this sentence. Success means
trust.
Amazing.
That's deep. It comes with an explanation, though.
we'll take the
We'll leave it.
explanation.
You want the explanation?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I have to trust the process. I have to trust that, again, I'm going to go back to the Bible. I'm going to go back to my faith. I have to trust God knows better than I do. Because in the moment, I'll pull a trigger on something that I might not need to. Or I
Yeah.
might put a stop to something that may be an open door for me, right? How are we connected?
Yeah.
It was a text message.
Yeah.
And it came out of the blue. And I didn't expect it. But it was everything.
Yeah.
Right? What if
Yeah.
I had just dismissed it? What if I thought it was a spam message, right? Trusting myself to be able to be enough in that space, and trusting that whatever I'm supposed to have, I'm going to have it anyway.
That's awesome. Well, Dr. Erin Hassler, thank you.
Thank
for
you.
coming on the show. We're honored. I am so grateful that Dr. Chad Starkey
I love
introduced
him.
us, because we probably would have met at some point, but we would have not met this year.
Absolutely not.
I do appreciate everything.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thank you,
Thank you.
Dr. Cam.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Behind the Sports Medicine Podcast. Follow us on social media and check out our website.
The information shared on this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Please consult a licensed healthcare provider for guidance related to your specific situation. We'll see you next week.